Blowing forcefully on the cooked beef bone immediately injects the marrow into the boiling broth. It is then simmered together with sliced beef and crisp vegetables for a full 8 hours. A rich, flavorful, and highly nutritious soup soon takes shape. The Azerbaijani brother mentions that the locals only favor beef meat and never gnaw on bones. So he purchases these discarded beef bones for just $1 per pound. With a swift motion, he wields a sharp knife, carefully removing the tendons and membranes from the surface of the bones, revealing a pristine white or rosy interior. At a glance, it's clear that this is fresh, high-quality meat, slaughtered the same day. Next, he uses a cutting machine to slice the processed beef bones in half. For the larger bones, the lower part must first be secured with a machine before the saw blade smoothly cuts upward. After making incisions on both ends of the bone, a simple push is all it takes to obtain the marrow section specifically meant for soup. To eliminate any lingering gamey odor, these cut bones are first placed into an oven and roasted for half an hour. Meanwhile, he places a few sprigs of rosemary over the heat, allowing their aroma to gradually seep into every fiber of the beef bones. When the time is up, he carefully retrieves the perfectly roasted bones and proceeds to repeat the same process with 2 whole beef ribs. In reality, simply sprinkling a bit of fine salt while roasting is enough. No need for elaborate seasonings. The natural sweetness and umami of the beef and marrow alone are astonishingly delicious. One bite floods the mouth with tender, juicy richness, brimming with the deep, velvety aroma of bone marrow. However, this is still not the optimal moment to enjoy the dish. He picks up an axe and chops the 2 beef ribs into segments, each around 8 to 9 centimeters long. Then, all the bone segments are tossed into a large stock pot, filled to the brim with fresh spring water, just enough to submerge the surface of the bones and meat. Finally, the pot is placed over an open flame, allowing the fire and broth to meld together. A pinch of salt is sprinkled in. Once the beef is tender and fully cooked, the lid is lifted, releasing a fragrant steam that tantalizes the senses from afar. The aroma alone is mouth-watering. Tearing off a small piece for a taste only deepens the craving for more. As for the beef bones that have been thoroughly simmered, they are carefully removed one by one. Using a tool or spoon, he gently taps around the bone, causing the hidden marrow to fall out completely. If any marrow remains stubbornly lodged, a forceful blow is enough to push it out. The cooked beef is also given a second round of preparation, cut into small cubes about 1 centimeter in size. These neatly diced pieces are then returned to the bubbling soup. Golden fat glistens on the surface, radiating a rich aroma even before tasting. At this stage, softened carrots, onions, and potatoes, previously sautéed in butter, along with finely chopped green vegetables, are added to the pot. They continue to fuse with the beef and bones over the heat. Patiently, the soup is left to simmer for another 6 hours, from noon until dusk, allowing each ingredient to slowly release its full flavor, intertwining to create a deeply aromatic and luscious beef broth. Before serving, a dollop of sour cream is added. Its mild acidity and silky texture balance out the richness of the fat, preventing the flavor from becoming overwhelming. For a side dish, bread or thin flatbread makes an excellent pairing. A spoonful of slightly tangy, subtly sweet broth, combined with the warm scent of wheat, followed by a hearty bite of firm, flavorful beef. Not only does it create a complex and satisfying mouthfeel, but it also delivers an intensely gratifying sense of fulfillment.